Hello, hello, hello. Um,
Sup?
Old house, classified secrets, blah, 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 blah. So, I have now...
Shawshank Redemption. That's the name of the movie I was thinking of earlier. Not important, but that is it.
We're gonna go through this a little bit. As the director, I declare that these fucking snacks have names. Okay, so there's still... So like she said, there's still hiss. But like, I don't see how you can get rid of all of the hiss. Like, obviously just even me sitting here shooting all of them doesn't do anything because they're just gonna pop back up. But I'm hoping to get some more information from random people.
I heard you closed the Hiss portal, or whatever it is we're calling it. If we could just flush out the stragglers.
So, what's next for Simon Arish?
Well, first off, I'm banning all slide projectors. That's it. Seriously, though, we need to review our protocols. Research should not be making decisions that endanger the entire Bureau, fuck it, the entire fucking world, without some serious oversight.
Right?
I think Pope would agree. Certain people in the Bureau have been working in the shadows for too long.
And I'd like to make these HRAs part of the mandatory Bureau uniform. They're not stylish, but better safe than sorry.
I don't think anyone will complain. Not after this. What are your thoughts on me serving as director?
Well, I couldn't be more excited. I mean, look, don't get me wrong, Trench was fine, but... Well, you pulled us back from the brink, so... Well, I'm honored to serve, man. I mean, fuck, shit. Phaeton. Sorry.
He'll get it one day. So, what's the situation in my bureau, Arish?
The situation is we are still up to our eyes in Hiss. Not to mention the months of repairs it's gonna take just to get this place up and running again.
But is it doable?
Of course it is. You just might need to tell some rangers to grab a wrench once they're done hunting Hiss.
Did anyone ever mention to you that Darling was using the slide projector?
Well, Salvador never did, but I doubt he even knew. Look, I'm well aware that it's our job to study and contain the things that we don't understand, but some of the things that Darling did were way outside of our mission statement.
I would agree.
Look, these things are not toys, and acting like they are is only ever going to end one way. At least Pope seems to understand that.
Well, it's secure now. No one can reach it without my say-so.
But thank Christ for that.
I mean, I understand the idea of them, like, containing these items. Researching them, maybe. Like, I don't see a use in, like, activating these and, like, making them do their wild, crazy things. Like, so far, I haven't seen a single one of these that have, like, you know, potentially good use. I mean, I guess, like, the anchor, whatever somehow was duplicating things, was duplicating that one clock. Again, based on the notes, it doesn't seem to be able to do that. It destroyed the one ship. But, like, if you could, like, maybe use that to duplicate food, maybe? I mean, I can see that being useful. But, like, otherwise, like, I'm not seeing, like, any benefit from any of these devices. The duck, I mean, all it did was teleport around. The letter, same thing. It was able to teleport short distances. It's like, you can't really use that in any kind of, like, meaningful way anyway. So you can't, like, start taking these and using them as tools and, like, oh, hey, here's this new technology that we can utilize to, better humanity or whatever. Like, none of this is useful. It's just better to destroy it all. Like, none of them seem to have any form of useful, applications. So at that point in time, it would be just best to get rid of it. Don't use it.
Marshall's been missing for a while now. Any ideas where she could be?
The last time I saw her was in maintenance when I was leading the Rangers out of the Atlas. Yeah, I told her it wasn't safe, but she said she had to go check on something.
Did you ask where she was going?
Whew. Marshall is not the kind of person you question. Kind of intimidating, you know? But, she was by herself, if that helps at all.
Not really, but thanks.
Hopefully she turns up.
I'll see you later.
I want to put my... Oh, I get the office assistant as well. I want the golden suit.
Slide projector requires a slide to open dimensional doorways, then which is the object of power, the slide or the slide projector? Or is the distinction itself a fallacy?
That's a good point.
Jesse, good to see you. We've got Dylan situated in his containment cell like you asked. I've got medical staff running tests as we speak, and I'd be happy to walk you through the details later. Other than that, what's next?
With the slide projector turned off, the hiss are shut out, but we're stuck with the ones already here. We can't lift the lockdown until they're all eradicated. If any hiss ever got out, that would be the end of everything.
Well, eliminating them all will take time. Look, I'll do what I can on my end, but my research is progressing slower than I'd like.
I think I can help with that. I am making you the head of research, effective immediately. I want you to use everything the Bureau has, every resource, every confidential scrap of data, and find a way to keep the hiss out for good.
That's... really? I mean, yes, I can certainly... Yes! Yes, I accept.
You'll do great. Besides, I didn't really have anyone else lined up.
I'm honored, Jesse, really. Thank you.
No, I still need to talk to you, because there's probably more information that you squeeze out of you.
I've looked through the docs we found in Dimensional Research. That slide projector is extremely powerful. You were right to shut it down.
How do you feel about me taking over as director?
You act like it just happened. You've been director since we first met, remember? I'm still thrilled. Nothing's changed. Not for me. But the Bureau has changed. Trench and Darling are gone. Their knowledge, anything not written down, disappeared with them. They knew the Bureau better than anyone.
They're the Bureau's past, Emily. We won't operate like they did. We'll learn from their mistakes. We'll be better than they ever were.
We won't ever be like them.
When the hiss got into my head, I saw some weird things. I think Darling even spoke to me. Does that make any sense to you?
Empirically, no, but phantom voices as well as hallucinatory states are not uncommon here. And considering the forces that Dr. Darling was working with, he could have been transferred to a different plane of consciousness, physically or otherwise.
And that doesn't upset you?
Oh, very. And the fact that he hid those forces from me, it's infuriating. But Darling's dream was always to look beyond our reality. This time he may have taken a step too far, but as long as his consciousness can perceive his surroundings, I'm sure he's loving it.
Maybe Darling was just trying to protect you from the darker side of his work.
Fuck that. I'm not a child. Like, don't just assume I'm gonna consider something morally repugnant.
Which it all was.
Which it all was, of course.
How was Dylan?
The same. I can't detect any his activity, but his physiology has certainly been altered by it. And I can't tell if his brain activity is genuine or simply the aftermath of the hiss, like spasms. Dylan could wake up tomorrow for all I know. I really can't say.
Then I just have to wait for him. That's fair. He waited a long time for me.
Don't worry, we'll be monitoring him round the clock. If he wakes up, we'll be ready. I don't mean that in a hostile way, just... well, you know.
I hear you. My brother isn't exactly popular around here.
I hope one day he'll have the chance to change that.
And again, that's another thing where, like, I really think that it would have been better if, like, he would have been better if they just would have treated him like a human instead of a
So,
guinea pig.
there was a moment after Hedron died that I couldn't feel my powers. The hiss got into my head. Just for a moment.
So that explains the HRA outage. Before we knew what was happening, the hiss had us. They were in my head. I saw terrible things. I mean, I was about to go under forever when the hiss was pushed back. The HRAs had come back on. Dylan vanished afterwards, and we fought off the hiss that came after him. So if Hedron's death knocked out the HRAs, that means there must be a new local source for them to relay, which I'm guessing must be...
Me.
you. Hedron is dead, assuming that word even applies to a resonant-based life form. But whatever it awakened in you, the power you call Polaris, is still active. Or at least, that's what my instruments are telling me.
I don't think we're ever gonna understand all of this. And I'm okay with that. I'm just glad you're here with me.
That's good to know. Thanks, Emily. I found Dylan attacking the astral plane and the board. What was he hoping to accomplish?
Huh. Since they arrived, Hiss have been corrupting objects of power, which have an inherent link to the astral plane. Maybe their goal was to access the astral plane and the board itself.
That still doesn't tell us why.
His motives are a difficult thing to work out, but I have been digging through confidential files and noticed a strange gap in knowledge regarding the board. Looks like any data on them has either been deleted or was never gathered in the first place.
Then maybe it's time someone looked into that.
Maybe it is.
Well, I've got a bureau to run. See you soon.
Yes, ma'am, Director Faden.
Please, Emily. Not even as a joke.
Yeah, but you've already established that you're willing to be the director. Like, you put the suit on and everything. Like... fuck you. I haven't even put my fucking picture up, you bastards.
The director shut it down. No problem. It's a huge victory. Huge!
I heard she sacrificed her brother's soul to see this.
What are you talking about? I told you 100 times to stop.
When do you think Marshall's coming back? It's not like her to be absent during a crisis.
I'll be here waiting for you when you wake up, brother. If you wake up.
Okay. Oh, yeah, she mentioned that he keeps twitching. I was gonna say, like, I keep on seeing, like, certain parts move, like his legs. And, yeah, no, she mentioned that it was a
You heard the
thing.
director stop the hiss, right?
Dude, you know that I'm walking right past you, right?
Someone had the balls to take the fight to them. It's about time.
Let's see here. We go this way.
Jesse Faden, director of the Federal Bureau of Control. I still don't quite believe it. But you always knew where we were headed.
Again, she, you know, she called out the, Hope for saying it, but...
Even if it was a dream,
Yeah.
I feel Darling reached out to me through the hotline. Problem in the foundation. That was Auti's vacation spot. We need to check this out.
Alright, where's the closest? I guess the central executive is the closest.
Get the hell director.
And maintenance. The restricted area. Where's his foundation? Here we go.
Dark, quiet, trans-dimensional. This place really suits Ahti. So that etching is the door. Oh. No time for sightseeing. The board said this was an emergency.
Okay, I'm really enjoying the idea of grabbing the... Let's see here, stalactites as weapons because, come on, they are fucking spears. She's even spitting them. Fucking missiles.
Looks like no one's been down here in a while.
Oh, this is all red sand. That means this is all a hiss. So the hiss is in the foundation of the building now. Okay, so instantaneous new outcroppings. Probably not great.
The crystals are kind of pretty. Emily would be having a field day down here.
People have been here.
The foundation. Bottom of the oldest house.
So she's dead now.
Marshall? How is she on the hotline? Unless she's dead. Jesus.
Yup. Called it.
My reflection trapped in the darkness of the coffee I nurse. The rain turned the lights of the city into a mosaic on the windows. The day's paper lists all the things wrong in the world. The list grows longer by the day. The difference between the morning and the night? Coffee. Whiskey. No other difference. The alarm goes off at 5 a.m. It feels like I just closed my eyes. It's dark. I sit up on the bed in the gloom. I get up, I shower. The driver waits for me downstairs, takes me to the oldest house. An old man stares at me in the car window. It's raining. It's dark. Late at night, he brings me back here. It's not a home, it's a room where I sleep in. Waking up just as tired as I was before going to bed. Endless grind.
If the building's in lockdown, how are they getting food and water?
It used to be through the vending machines, but then
I only
someone
heard
destroyed
of the
them all.
Foundation when I became head of operations. The very bottom of the oldest house. Director access only. Just the name alone is classified. Zachariah gave me a tour the day I was promoted. Said I should see it for myself, to understand. After that, I snuck down on my own from time to time to keep tabs on the place, and on them. But nothing ever changed down there. Not even the walls. It's solid, permanent, different from the rest of the house. Of course, they were always watching me. I never stayed long. I'm not stupid. I have to stop the hiss from finding this place. I'm the only one who can.
Oh, you failed.
She seemed like the kind of woman who could survive anything.
Missiles, fire!
This down the way down here too, huh?
Um... Okay. Huh. Damn. And there's no place to stop. Interesting. Let's see here. So, if I already came this way, and there's that, and then there's this. Interesting. Oh, can't grab onto that shit. Fuck are you? What the fuck? Nope. Fuck you guys.
Those structures. Is that the astral plane? How is that possible? This is worse than I thought. I need to figure out what's going on.
Oh, this is great. Everything doesn't make sense anymore. So the map is useless. Hey, shifting fragments. I needed that for my last upgrades.
The astral plane is cutting into our dimension. What if this happens in the upper floors? It'll destroy the Bureau. I wish I'd brought Emily with me. I could really use my head of research right about now.
Marshall? Marshall! You're alive!
How are this just not real? Astral plane, remember?
Whoa. This place is huge.
Marshall? Can you hear me?
She was on the hotline, so that person couldn't have been Marshall, right? One problem at a time. Let's see what's going on with that pillar first.
It's been 5 days since we first entered the building. Traversing the interior is dangerous due to the shifting, but we did manage to find a lower cavern that seems structurally predictable, which is a scientific way of saying its walls won't crush us in our sleep. Northmore even made a discovery. A pistol, placed on a stone pedestal in front of that strange ebony pillar. Seems like something out of a storybook, except the heroes usually find swords, not handguns. But it is the perfect lure for someone like him. Hours after finding this weapon, Northmore cornered me to spout some nonsense about how the board had made him the director. He ran it about the title being meaningless before now, calling Father and all other previous directors shams, frauds, and worse. I think this place is worse for Northmore than it is for me. Strangest thing? There was no pedestal in front of that pillar a day ago. This building has swallowed a dozen of my men, and now it's handing out presents? Is it playing some sort of game? If it is, we're most certainly losing. Hell, we don't even know the rules.
Interesting. So this is definitely before my time and such. This is... Brentmore was one of the end guys. Or one of the beginning guys. Ooh, what's this? Hey, that's the creepy eye thing that I was fighting earlier. Left self, right, something permitted.
So I can only choose one? I thought I was done with these tests.
Left self, right, what? Damn it, I need you to tell me what it was again. Ah. Alright, so left allows you to create things. Right allows you to destroy things. Oh, and they're showing me how that works. I'll give you shape. Grant you fracture. There's a lot that you're trying to give me here. Well, there's still like enemies and shit that I have to deal with.
Okay, let's review. This broken pillar is called the nail. It was broken by something, and now the astral plane is bleeding into the foundation, which will destroy the oldest house, the bureau, and everyone inside. I need to find 4 locks, or keys, or whatever, to stop that from happening. But I'm the director. I've handled worse. This should be simple. Ish. You with me?
Yep, I'm heading to the warehouse. And there's this. So that don't think there's another one, and then that. Hmm. Might have enough shifting fragments to do whatever that was for.
Is this a Bureau ID badge? It looks so old. Hope will definitely want to see this.
Six is the highest. Still don't have that.
"28 days now spent inside what we're calling the oldest house. Northmore insists on it. I'm too tired to ask why. I'm not sleeping well. Her orders. Me and my research team have established a permanent examination lab in the Foundation. I basically live there. As the obedient head of research Father raised me to be. I spent getting that odd pillar when Northmore found the handgun. The work was half-hearted at first, I admit. But then I discovered numerous non-Aristotelian energy channels converging at its base. Ley lines, dragon roads, Hyligalinian, call them what you want. But this pillar is the crossroads. I started building something. Equal parts talisman and technology. An array that can impose order on the ley junctions. That's the idea, at least. We'll see when I'm done. I prefer to work away from the pillar. I'm not the only one who feels like that thing has eyes.
Oh hey, another damage boost. Oh, I already have. Ooh, no, that was the armor piercing one. Damage boost will keep at level 3. We'll keep a copy of it. $63. What is this? Rate of fire. Surge. It's literally a single train right now. Let's do recoil now. So, what are these? What's the one I did for reload? This one. That to that one. Charge. You definitely want the reload on that one. Well, that's much better. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Instantaneous death.
Weird place to leave an ID card, but okay.
Alright, where do you suppose this leads? Leads nowhere. Source gained from taking melee damage. Don't know, don't care. Energy gained from taking melee, no one cares. These are getting really specific. And maybe if it would give me energy on launch, you know, not taking launch damage, but dealing launch damage. So now that I'm here, where's this lead? Moving machinery.
Entry day plus 51. Northmore has ordered an all-hands search for objects similar to the service weapon. He claims there are more in the house, though I don't see how he's so certain. He's been strange lately, talking about joining greater causes, and frequently mentioning the pyramid. After pressing him, he finally described this pyramid to me. Inverted, black, mathematically perfect. Oddly enough, Adam and the other id have shown me numerous inverted triangles painted on the cave walls. Surely there's a connection, but I don't see it yet. As far as occult symbols go, triangles are by no means rare. Flood, Levi, Kroll, they used that shape like it was going out of fashion. Standing on their base, triangles signify stability and strength. Inverted on their points, they represent conflict and stagnation. Of course, the orientation is just a matter of perspective. Looking at the pyramid from below gives you one, from above another. Northmore says he looks up at the inverted pyramid. I have to wonder, is anyone standing over it, looking down?
Yeah, so again, this kind of leads to the idea that the board aren't exactly benevolent creatures or anything along those matters. Which, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Huh. Is there by chance a thingy nearby? Because I'd like to go back down. Interesting. So that's a concept they would have learned. Huh, neat.
Another ID card. For a cartographer.
Cool. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba, 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 yeah. Alright. Well, guys, it's been an hour, so I'm going to call it here, and then we will start it back up at fighting those guys again. Ta-ta for now.